You need to deal with problem number one, which is bad guys. So bad guys is like the FAST acronym, the Wyatt protocol. So fighting, fleeing, assessing, scanning, topping off, taking cover, treating injuries, talking, etc. Those are your FAST, right? Before you do any medical stuff. The concept of care under fire, pretty much the only amount of care that is feasible to apply while under fire, meaning people are still shooting you, hunting you, etc., is tourniquet usage for major arterial bleeding. About tourniquets, there's pretty much three things you need to know about tourniquets in general. For a field use tourniquet, pretty much needs to meet three criteria. One, it needs to be able to be applied one-handed. It needs to be able to be lockable, meaning you can leave it locked to free up the hand that's applying it. And number three, it's got to be durable enough for field use. So that's why, like, certain tourniquets that don't meet that requirement. Oh, sorry, the fourth one is it's got to be an actual tourniquet. I shouldn't have to say that, but it has to actually include blood flow to that limb. Okay. But if it hits our hand or leg, now we either lose mobility or we lose some way of fighting or escaping. Right? So that's why the injured shooter concept is so important. It's like we say, hey, you have to have the mentality to get back on the curb and fight, flee, or freeze, or whatever you're going to do in order for you to fight, win, and survive. Because people get killed like that all the time. Because you know who's going to be at 100% of the emergencies 100% of the time, and it will be you. All right, B number two, bleeding, and B number three, breathing. Those are the big two I'm going to focus on. The last two B's, brain and body, I'm going to briefly touch it. So here's the order of priority. Treat yourself. Self-aid is always first. Buddy aid is second. So someone who's on your side, teammate, team member, family member, etc. But fight's got to be one first, and then everyone else. Big arteries, the ones that pump oxygenated blood, those big bright red blood fluid stuff from the heart to the other parts, those still exist in every one of those limbs. They're smaller, they're bigger, etc., etc. But the point being is when we're high pressure and you need that fluid. I have to stay conscious, stay awake. What's the rules in a fight? Craig Douglas. Stay upright, stay conscious. If I cannot stay upright, then I probably won't stay conscious. I have to stay conscious in order for me to be a proactive participant in my survival, or I'll become an inactive participant in my demise, of course, of John Farnham, which is very true.